I was still looking to other people to save me. I was still looking for other healers to heal me. And that's where I was going wrong. I was not connected to my own inner healer. And so I started to recognize that fear was running the show so deeply that I just seemed to be a magnet for trauma, scary events, horrible life circumstances, you name it. I really, really played in the mud quite a bit and animated all of the nightmares that I could think of, and they became my life.
Welcome back, Envisionaries, to the Dream into Being podcast, where mind science, transformational psychology, and magic all merge into one. If you're ready to dream again and transcend the inertia of what you've known, then I invite you to join me, your host and Envisioneer, Kat Divine, in expanding the boundaries of your own Fantasia by remembering that you are the master you've been waiting for.
Yeah, all of this coming back to that one decision that I made of choosing life or death. And essentially what that boils down to is, are you choosing love or are you choosing fear? Really, that is the choice that we're making in any given moment. What is your motivation? What is driving you? And so I started to recognize that fear was running the show so deeply that I just seemed to be a magnet for trauma, scary events, horrible life circumstances, you name it. I really, really played in the mud quite a bit and animated all of the nightmares that I could think of, and they became my life. And so fast forward, as I'm starting to have more and more access to different types of thinkers, I do want to mention a caveat that even though they were different types of thinkers, doesn't necessarily mean that they were accurate either. So that's something that I do want to leave you with, is the power of your own knowing, your own intuition, and your own discernment. If anything, I believe that was actually the path that I've been on, is the path to reclaiming my own power, my own agency, and my own ability to make decisions, because I was, up until very recently, like probably this year, I was still handing over my power to anybody who would take it. And what an incredible opportunity for me to have the chance to walk what I believed was a very powerless life, so that I could develop a lot of compassion, and so that I could at some point in the future become a bridge of understanding and of hope to anybody who might find themselves in the deep, dark pits of their own healing experiment journey, and provide at least a little bit of hope that this journey is so valuable. It is so sacred, and that you are cultivating abilities and skills that are so in alignment with your life purpose that I'm telling you, nothing is in vain, and that it will not be wasted. And so as I've progressed on this journey, I really have been able to fine tune my ability to discern what is my truth and what is right for me. So even though I was no longer giving my power away to Western medical doctors and being their guinea pig, I did find myself giving my power away and being the guinea pig to any other alternative healer that I could find. And gosh, I don't even know how much money has been spent in this process between myself and my family and savings and insurance, probably in the millions. I mean, really a long, long journey of discovery. And earlier this year, I believe I finally got to the point of recognizing that there was just one thing that was off. And that was how much fear I was holding on to, how much fear was driving all of my decision making, and how much I was surrendering my power. And in fact, I had a couple of big aha moments of recognizing that I still was embodying my victim state and I still wasn't taking all my personal power and being fully responsible for myself in my choices and in my beliefs and my behaviors. And believe it or not, even with so many significant changes, I mean, what's really cool is I manifested some amazing support. I mean, to the point where I now have a relationship with a holistic clinic in California and in Mexico, where I have access to so many incredible therapies and healing devices and technologies and healers. And what's so fascinating is even with all of that in my reality, I was finding that I still wasn't getting the results I was looking for. I was still struggling so deeply, mostly with my physical body, that I just kind of hit my breaking point earlier this year. And I was like, is it even possible to get well? Like, do people actually heal, or are they just making up stories? In fact, I don't think that I ever knew anybody that had actually healed from some of the deep, dark places that I had visited. Right? Like, I don't think I knew a real life example of somebody that said, yes, I've been there and I've made it out, other than maybe people on YouTube sharing some stories. And actually, it was a YouTube story of somebody that was sharing that she had been through something similar to what I've experienced, and that she did recover and that she did heal. And there was something different about her story, though. It was so grounded and it was so genuine. And she actually didn't have anything to sell, meaning she wasn't trying to sell me some product or program. And I think that was actually why I really paid attention. And what she did instead is she interviews other people that do have products and programs that can help people. And it guided me to an academy that I'm working with now that is such an incredible, it's very, very comprehensive. And the whole foundation, the whole ground zero work that we do is learning to reset our nervous system and to purge fear out of our system through so many different modalities. But I think the reason that it is working, because it is, and that it will work, is because the whole focus is about bringing the power back to ourselves and reminding ourselves that we are the master that we've been waiting for. And that is my tagline for my business. And here I was, still not claiming that in my own life when it came to my body and to my physical health. So although I do still have work to do, and I'm actually okay with however long it takes, I feel like I'm finally on that path of true self-discovery and true healing, because it finally clicked that, oh, okay, this is all about me and me making choices that are in alignment with perfect health. And even up until earlier this year, I was still looking to other people to save me. I was still looking for other healers to heal me. And that's where I was going wrong. I was not connected to my own inner healer. So that is the invitation. That is, hopefully, if you have any takeaways from this episode, is that we have this divine inner healer, this inner wisdom that resides within. And once we make contact with that, that is when things start to change for us.